So I laid a report to the IG, Inspector General of Police, in the name of Solomon Arazi, telling him that, look, I have evidence where bashers and monies were siphoned in the name of Ebola. I was in the field. Most of these monies siphoned, I never saw them. This item they talk about, I never saw them. The very first encounter with Nigerian police, I can tell you that that case was compromised. Instead of prosecuting those who truly siphoned our money, I was framed up in the name of fake doctor and rights, and I was arrested and detained. That was my very first encounter with the Nigerian police in the month of July 2015. Shockingly, in the course of it, I never knew that activism has always been in me, and I ventured into activism, and I engaged the service of I registered an activism group, an NGO called the Eagle Eye Transparency Network. What we do basically is that we investigate matters. We are private investigators. As former agent of police, former agent of the Nigerian Directorate of Military Intelligence and the DSS, we get our information from the right source. Now, what we realize is that we are agencies, and it should be partnership with any private investigator and the relevant intelligence or enforcement agency, like the Nigerian Police, the DSS, the Law Enforcement Agency, Drug Enforcement, etc., and ICPC. But we later realized that what they do, we get good intelligence supplied to this organization. Some of them, what they do is to use the same intelligence to call on the suspect and exchange our intelligence for money. For example, Professor Bolaji Owosanya of ICPC, Solomon Arazi. And the latest, it is on the Abba Kyari case. In the month of October 2018, when a team of the IRC in the name of Bassi, one CSP Bassi, and Inspector Akanjo and Inspector Sani Adamu stormed my house on a trump-up charge that I run armed and confiscated my property. Suffice to tell you that today, being the 3rd of August 2021, the 2018, I won a case against Abba Kyari today at about 2 p.m. today, Nigerian time. The case, the trump-up charges came that I run armed, I do this and I do that. And in the course of it, I was always going to their cell in Abattoir, where they call Abattoir in Abuja, Nigeria. And in the course of the Abattoir experience while in the cell, I was abducted. I was actually abducted by Philip, a CSC Philip, Inspector Sani Adamu, and Inspector Joe Akan, on the instruction of Abba Kyari, on the ground that I run armed. Another one was that I sent a nude picture of a lady who happened to be a prostitute in Abuja, and we're investigating because he happened to belong to the syndicate of Abba Kyari, where they use. So I took my time to investigate what really happened in the cell. I had my good time in the cell. There are over 900 inmates. Some have stayed for 3 years, 4 years. Nobody come for them because right there, if you are kept in that cell, nobody cares. It's actually an abattoir where they slaughter human beings, where Abba Kyari kills and sell human parts. As God will have it, it will not be because of this very hush puppy. These are issues that are on the domain, in the public domain, in the social media. I've taken them to court on it, on the extrajudicial killing. So it started way back 2018, where Abba Kyari, on the tip of a relative telling Abba Kyari that you have money, Abba Kyari will go after you to smoke you and force you to sign checks against your will. As a matter of fact, if they take on you all your properties that are even building, checks, car, concept, laptop, you never get them back. In most cases, they kill the victim. There's what they call the theater in abattoir. You see the way they smoke fish. That's the way Abba Kyari and his team smoke human beings. When they grind you, you never come out the same again if you are not killed. So that was October first experience 2018 on the allegation that I run arms. It's a fantasy. That is the case I want today. Subsequently,
okay.
on this, yeah.
Dr. George, before we let you go further with other accusations, now you have evidence supporting these accusations you've made, especially the one where it says they smoke people and they grind it. That's murder. You have evidence to support this.
The evidence is this. In the Constitution of the Federal Republic, when a suspect of whatever caliber of crime is arrested, he or she has the right of fair hearing. He will be put into custody. Two things will happen. It's either he or she is charged to the court of competent jurisdiction. When he or she is charged, it's either he is granted bail, which people will take in surety to prove in a court of competent jurisdiction underline that he has been granted bail. In that, or he's granted what we call in Nigeria administrative bail. That administrative bail meaning that he or she is not taken to court on the basis of the allegation, but relatives or civil servants, as the case may be, take he or she, the suspect, on bail. The implication of that is that any day that suspect is not found, the surety will be apprehended in placement. It goes with a court. Now, what that implies is that if I am taken into a custody like they usually abduct me and keep me, the rule is that my lawyer should assess me. The rule is that if I'm charged to court, my lawyer should know which court. Now, on the evidence, I have names of these persons I talk about, which I met in the cell, which I ate with, and they were taken out. They never returned. They were never charged to court. The relatives are beckoning on me to please help them with my organization. So the rule is that when IPO take you to the cell, you should be able to also say which court you are charged to, who took you on bail. If it's an administrative bail, who took you on administrative bail? I can tell you for sure that I have medical certificates proving where they were shot. And they died as a result of gunshot. So those are my evidence. They were not in any court, they are not in any prison, but they are gone. And then when we challenge us in court, they will tell us that they died. But there was a particular one where a doctor was trying to falsify an information for them, and I told them, look, as a medical doctor, if he does that, his license will go. He could not do it. So he wrote the cause of death, which is by gunshot. For God's sake, the policeman is not a state within the state. They should be able to prosecute a case, not killing extrajudicial. So these are my evidence. And they disappear.
Dr. George, you've said that you had evidence, but are they directly linking these murders to Abba Kyari, the Deputy Commissioner of Police?
Yes.
It's directly linked to him.
Yes, Abba Kyari, Sunday Obua. Abba Kyari is the head of IGP Intelligence Response Unit in Abuja, with branches scattered all over Nigeria. The Deputy Commissioner Abba Kyari is in charge. The 2IC, which is the second in command to Abba Kyari, is Sunday Obua. And in the military and in the paramilitary, like the police, hierarchy, authorization for any killing. If your commander doesn't authorize, you don't kill. I watched Abba Kyari live execute people with his voice on the 27th of February 2020. That was when I had an encounter with Chibuzo, Kelly, Davidson, that revealed Hush Puppy's deal to the Americans. He was virtually crying in my hand to secure, because in the prison, in the cell there, in Abba Kyari's cell, they call me human rights. That's actually the name of most of them know me. Over 99 inmates were there. in a particular cell because it's a place like a warehouse. That's why an abattoir. So in the cell there, on daily basis, minimum we count a day for people who die of hunger is 5. I was there from January 20th to March 26th. So I had a first-hand encounter. That is one out of numerous, which Elombah media have a concrete record and published on each since 2017 to date. So what I'm saying currently is that.
Go ahead. What you think currently is.
What I'm saying currently is that Abba Kyari is actually Nigerian #1 kidnapper. He kidnapped, arranged a kind of rescue mission with his boys after ransom, posted with those who he kidnapped after collecting the ransom, and snapped as if they rescued them. I can name Evans. I'm not disputing the fact that Evans committed the crime, but Evans was a syndicate of Abba Kyari. The people from Taraba State, the case of that kidnapper, the notorious kidnapper, I ate with all of them in the cell. They all confided in me, Jew, Muslim, Buddhism, pagan, because in the cell we are all one. So they confided in me because I was more or less like an evangelist, a human rights activist, and I was teaching them what to do and what not to do, and how to imbibe God and have the fear of God. So invariably, all of them confided in me as a human rights activist, and I raised their charges for them, for those who cannot read. Abba Kyari kills with what do I call? Unstoppable he kills at a reckless abandon in my presence. And he is not afraid of anybody. He has the support of the mighty. He sells human organs. And I can prove all this.
Okay, Dr. George, you have so much evidence. What have your organization done with it?
Now, I can tell you for free, like I told you today, Abba Kyari arraigned me because it's December. I spent my Christmas in 2018 in the prison. Abba Kyari arraigned me on the phantom charge. I won the case today, being the 3rd of August, 2021. In fact, at the point they abandoned the case, I filed charges. I have charges in Federal High Court, in the FCC High Court, on the anonymity. I published, I granted interview to this very media, but not on Zoom, because I can see that COVID brought Zoom. But most of the people involved in this are familiar with this case on Abba Kyari's antecedents.
Okay, and if you're accusing someone so high ranking, are you not afraid of your life?
No, I've come to the level. My mentors, like I said, I love the Lord Jesus Christ, Martin Luther King. I'm not afraid of them. I've been shot twice on the 5th of May, 2015. I was shot around 5 p.m. by a team of policemen. But look, when your hands are clean, you go free. You can hear my dog barking. I don't keep human security. I keep dogs. I have 17 of them. Then I'm also prepared. But above all, if the cause I'm fighting is for justice, God have a natural way of protecting me. I don't fear death anymore. I've been in prison like 7 times over their trump-up charges to hide me. I've died severally. I've resurrected severally. And God is my banner.
Remember that you can join the conversation simply by raising up your digital hand, and we will try to accommodate you as the time permits us. Oh, already, Comrade Sani Saeed, please, the platform is yours. Go ahead.
As a matter of fact, I'm in touch with FBI.
Okay, can I come in?
Yes, Comrade Sani, please go ahead.
Okay, I would like to appreciate Dr. George David for the wonderful presentation, Davidson given for the wonderful presentation. You know, I'm highly enlightened by and inspired by his spirit and the way he speaks. Although I am also a person supporting the arrest and trial of Abba Kyari. I'm in support of that actually. because a criminal shouldn't be hidden in uniform. But my question to Dr. George is, if Abba Kyari is a kidnapper and he sells human parts as you accuse him of, and you really have the evidence against this accusation, why are you not in court, to prove all these things? Why are you only here in the media? And if you've gone to court, can we have any evidence that you've gone to court and presented this case and evidence against Abba Kyari? This is my first question. Secondly, we know perfection is an attribute of God. It is only God that is perfect. As you said, you are a good Christian. I believe in that as well. So we all know that it is only God that is perfect. Do you mean that Abba Kyari doesn't have any good side of him? Because I knew so many things Abba Kyari did, which was excellent, but you didn't mention of any. So are you insinuating that he is totally negative in all his approach, that he doesn't have anything good attributed to him? This is my second question. And the third question is, you didn't speak on the extradition of Abba Kyari to US. So I would like to hear your views on that. Do you think Abba Kyari should be retained and tried here in Nigeria, or he should be extradited to the US? And in a situation whereby you chooses to answer me through the extradition process, do you think if will the US government suspend its police officer based on a petition from the Nigerian police? So this is my three questions to you. And finally, this one is a suggestion to the team managing this TV. Please and please try to reach out to Abba Kyari, on the issues raised here against him, so that if he has anything, he can put it, before us. And should, in case he is unable to do that, then we can evidently know from here that all what Dr. George is saying is nothing but absolutely the truth. Thank you very much for the opportunity given to me. I really appreciate it.
Can I answer? Can I respond to this, please?
Yes, you can.
Okay. I can respond to this. Yes.
Yes, please.
Okay. Are you hearing me loud and clear out?
Yes, we are.
Am I clear? Good. On the first question of my comrade, thank you. Thank you very much. You asked if I am in court and there are evidence. Let me start with that question. Yes, I'm in court. I'm in Federal High Court on all the allegations I proved, I sent to you. I have the charge sheet which Abba Kyari has been served. I actually stood the Inspector General of Police, and all the boys that I know are involved in the killing. I'm in court. I'm in Federal High Court before Justice Maha of Court Federal High Court, Abuja. That is one. I have the charge sheet. My evidence will be the court processes that we serve on Abba Kyari. I will avail the house. That is one. You ask if Abba Kyari has not done anything. To be frank with you, there is nothing I'm sharing with you now that the Inspector General of Police is not aware, that Abba Kyari is not aware, or Tony Obua is not aware. I send them on daily basis information. All security agents in Nigeria are aware of this. I have documentation. The National Security Advisor is aware. I have acknowledgement letters of letters I wrote personally up to the office of Mr. President. That is one on the issue of evidence. Now, coming to issue of if Abba Kyari had any good things, beautiful. Abba Kyari started very well as a young man and as a good cop. But let me tell you the problem Abba Kyari later had. We never realized that Abba Kyari, as a commander, you have cash things. But Abba Kyari, in his quest for quick money, had several syndicates in his team, and he did a lot of bad jobs. As a matter of fact, let me tell you, extrajudicial killing goes on every day in Nigeria, but don't be caught. Abba Kyari has done it with almost all his team that he cannot hide. So as a matter of fact, he could not tame his team anymore, because if I have committed a crime with you, there's no way you can scold me. If I am a father and I smoke and I tell my son don't smoke, and he catch me smoking or flirting, for example, there's no way I can control him on such manner. Abba Kyari committed crime with his boy. That inspector talked to Abba Kyari with reckless abandon because of the crime they committed in the jail, and even in Abuja town. So Abba Kyari started well. I called Abba Kyari. This very platform, if you recall, about 2017, when we thought Abba Kyari was doing a good job, we published for Abba Kyari freely until I was convinced and I had a personal and scientific investigation on Abba Kyari that is not what he claimed in 2017. And I called him, what you are doing is not proper. So he started well, but he lost it because they said power corrupts and absolute power corrupts. Abba Kyari became so influential that he spends in dollars and pounds and euros. He doesn't spend in naira. So he derailed. He started well. He's a young man with good prospects, but along the line, taking advantage of the ferocity of insecurity, derailed. That's what I would tell you. He had goodwill, but because he became more powerful than even some IG, because they come to him for funds, so he derailed. That's what I would say on that. Talking of the extradition, I know security protocol. Ordinarily, US is a country, a world power with pride, that will never allow any of its agents, for example, an FBI agent, to be extradited and tried anywhere. But take it or leave it, we are a third world, if not eighth world country. So US has a supremacy that the pride of a nation. To the General Police, I invited him and all DIGs, all AIGs, all CPs on this platform, on this meeting today. And I told him, look, it's a thing of pride. US is a superpower. Ordinarily, US will not allow it. But when you are supreme power globally, who am I, Dr. George, to stop anybody? But the truth is that, did Abba Kyari commit the crime? Yes, he did. Because I interviewed Kelly. I have none of this case since January 22nd, 2020. He committed the crime. Kelly, I saved Kelly's life. So what we are discussing, Abba Kyari is in the know. Sunday Bua, the twice is in the know. Every serious police, I was in command today. I was in Abba Kyari's office today. And like I told you, I'm in touch with the US embassy on this matter. I'm in touch with the FBI on this matter. So I'm not hiding and I'm not afraid of death. If this is the job that will take me, Martin Luther King died before. I'm not the first. Gandhi died. Mandela had his experience. I'm not them, but I tell you the truth, the belief I have is that if I'm on the path of righteousness, nobody can stop me. They have attempted killing me severally. Abba Kyari meant well ab initio, but he derailed. US have the power to extradite him. I'm not in the position, I don't have the competency to say whether US can. But if you are taking my opinion, yes, Abba Kyari committed the crime in Nigeria. It is not the hush puppy war he was into. It is that what he collected was the proceeds of bribe, not the proceeds of. But then, does Abba Kyari know who is hush puppy? He was with Cubana. If I'm a detective at that level, I should choose who I stand with. If I know in the mafia war, people go underground there, it's agents that actually fund most crime. but then they don't come out. You never know them. They are like 10 plus. You don't get to know them, but you have protection. It's a global threat. But why should Abba Kyari be posting, be collecting gratification from a known and alleged suspected fraudster? Why should, with I don't know, Kubana, the noise came up about 3 weeks ago. Why should a cop, a super cop, nobody knows the source of the funding? He should be there to advise, to say, you don't spray money. Did he advise? He was there dancing and posting. If as an agent, is to advise, what you are doing is not right, you must be my friend. So I think that is all. Devoid of sentiment, I tell you for free, Abba Kyari is in the know of this meeting. The Inspector General is aware, Frank Kuba is aware. I sent and invited all of them, whether they are here, I don't know. If they are monitoring, but this is Dr. George speaking live from Abuja. I told them. The National Security Advisor was invited. Everybody that is in the security world on this matter, they are aware. And this invitation, I sent them to them since yesterday on my own when I got the timing. So, my brother, it is about Nigeria. It's not about me. It's not about the North. It's not, I'm a nationalist. And we must change Nigeria if Nigeria must be Nigeria. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. George. Elder Tango, I can see your hands up. The platform is yours.
I mute myself. Thank you, moderator, Dr. George Davidson. All you are saying, I see facts. There's an element of fact on what you're saying as an eyewitness and as a victim too. So, but indictment of Abba Kyari, FBI is not a small institution. They have gone far before calling on him. So the best thing is for him to go and clear himself or answer his case.
Exactly.
Or go and clear himself.
Exactly.
FIB is not, because this Abba Kyari is not the first officer, first rogue officer in Nigerian police. There's a lot of them.
Yes.
Right, there's a lot of rogue officers have existed in Nigerian police. Like one in my state, Anambra State, John Nwafo. You could remember the history of Ezu River. 80 people float on the river in Anambra State.
Yes, very well. I was in Anambra for that investigation.
No investigation. I'm coming. If I have time, I explain more. I'm backing your report. Because this is, even I know some people who they just kill because they can kill them. It happened in Nigeria. They said one idiot, a rich man is interested and the person will be killed for nothing. Even they pay police to kill their enemy for one reason or the other. So for we to have a good society, all this must stop. Why do we have court then? Why do we have law then? Any offender, because if the almighty Abba Kyari, if not the US, who can indict him? Comrade Sani is telling you to go to court. Which court will grant you before, if not almighty US? So what we need is a clean up. He will answer his case. Yet now he's a suspect. He's not yet guilty, but he will clear all these allegations one by one. It will happen. Like now, after SARS riot, Anambra called for panel. The panel died. All happened in Anambra State. Many families, the victims, with clear evidence, couldn't get justice on what one for did. When they kill somebody, they first of all go for that person handy. They pick up the phone. When they pick somebody's phone, they give details of the phone, the contents of the phone. If the police is honest, a lot of evil these people did is open. This is Ezu River now. Till today, they call panel. Anytime they call panel, they will send the panel by themselves. They call panel and they send the panel again. So nobody. If you want to have a clean society, let us forget North, South, East, and West. What you are saying now, and the risk you are taking, what it? You are taking a what risk? What you are saying is because I listen to you very well. You are not a passerby. You are a victim. You are an insider. And what you are saying, I saw element of facts. Let me stop here. I will come back again and join again.
Thank you.
So I don't need any cross question to ask you, but I follow what you said. But my advice to Abba Kyari is, as for now, he's still innocent. Let him go and prove himself. And if I call on him, you know, they bring up the whole detail.
So at this point, let me comment, please. Am I permitted?
Okay, yeah.
As a matter of fact, my cousin, who is an armed robber, who is in the police, some persons who are listening to me will testify. When I got to know that he was just a criminal in police uniform, I am sure he was dismissed. Let me tell you something. When my brother first asked whether I have an evidence, as a matter of fact, it is streaming on the National Human Rights Commission on NSAS. I went there and I presented. I was almost kidnapped from the gate for telling the world the truth. Do you know, because of me, NSAS on National Human Rights Commission, I cannot hold because the police are just afraid to see the truth. Abba Kyari, if I tell you that I've never sat with Abba Kyari one-on-one in office, I lie. I can tell you for free that over 20 deputy commissioner of police called me to drop everything I have to say here tonight. And I told them, no, if Nigeria must say, we must say, if this is my last interview and I go to God in the glory, then let me tell you, some persons are untouchable in Nigeria. Some persons feel they are God. Abba Kyari is 46 or 47 years old. He derailed. He had good intention, but he took advantage of the ferocity of Nigerian insecurity. Abba Kyari is the #1 kidnapper. Abba Kyari is a blood sucker. Abba Kyari is a human being. But Abba Kyari boy who earn salary at less than 100,000, drive car worth 5 million naira. They are sergeants. This very media are publishing for me. I gave them evidence. Let me tell you something about Elombah. If you don't have concrete evidence, Elombah don't publish anything about you. I have the evidence. I'm an investigator. But I can't come out. IG. I will be sending this to IG and all the IGs and the National Security Advisor and my wife. And I'll tell God, and my God, if anything happens, this is why I die. But we must tell Nigerians the truth.
Thank you.
Enough is enough. I'm not afraid of prison. I've been to like 12 prisons and more than 27 police cells. They've attempted killing me, but I raise alarm. Some persons of this platform will tell you who I am. Thank you.
Then I wish you luck. What you are fighting for justice, and I hope you will succeed. What you are doing, because if we can expose all these things, a lot of these serious cases always go underground. But let us follow this and see. I
can tell you something. If you know, I got this thing started abruptly. I have over 99 inmates, though they don't have the resources to be here, that I still talk to from my payroll out of Lanto prison. I made them declare, Abba Kyari kill people. You see, in the night, you pray to make sure that you are not called out. Kelly Chibuzo was called out between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. every night to ensure he's killed. I have over 99 people who are ready to come here. They don't have the resources. All are victims. Abba Kyari eats human flesh. He's a super cop who eats human flesh.
What is super cop? A super cop is a Romanian cop. Allow them.
Don't mind them.
I will stop. I will come back again.
All right.
Some question and some report too.
All right.
But Neto, carry on. But Neto, are you still with us?
Are we together?
But Neto?
Moderator?
Is this network?
Yes, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes,
I can hear you.
Yes.
You break us.
Yes, sorry. My network was. The Tango, your hand is still up. Do you still
Where do you stop again?
I know you've spoken. Do you want to speak?
We have been talking for a long time. So
I know. I've heard you. That's what I'm saying. I know. So I wanted you to know why you're
I will come back again.
When
I'm in the line. I will see report. I will see join letter. I'm in the line already. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, there's no hands up now. Remember that if you want to join the conversation, simply raise your digital hand and I will call you. Dr. George.
Yeah.
Dr. George, have you tried involving the international? Have you tried involving international courts and or international organizations in this fight against police brutality and murder?
I have the intention, but you see, I'm a student of law too. I'm a student of law because the situation made me to go study law. There are procedures to which you apply to certain things. We are in the Nigerian court, and I want to tell us for free. God has been very fair to me. My case has always gone to. We have good judges, though the bad ones are more. We have good policemen. The bad ones are more. My cases have always gone to good judges in Nigeria. The one I'm accused and most of the ones that even I take them to court. I have over 17 cases in court. 10 I filed a process. Some persons in this platform contribute. I've not gone international. I've not gone. But we are not limited and it's a procedure. But you see, when the case is in a court of a competent jurisdiction, you have to wait for judgment. Though our justice system is very, very delaying, you wait for it to be exhumed. I mean, let their process finish. Then you can think of this so that you don't abuse the court process. So I'm not ignorant of the international court, but first things first. And by the grace of God, we'll get there. Moderator? Is the moderator there?
Elombah? Sorry, my network is breaking. It keeps breaking, and my background is quite noisy. Comrade Tani, I can see your hands up. I'm sorry about the noise. Comrade Tani.
Okay. I would like to commend the effort of Dr. George for his doggedness and steadfastness towards telling the truth. But my last question to him is it only Abba Kyari that he has such cases against, or there are others, so that we can know? So, I just want him in a bit to expose certain element, so that, because this is my first time of hearing him talking of Abba Kyari, although he might be in some other places, but that I'm not fortunate enough to listen to him. But that's why I'm asking if there are other cases of such.
All right.
Doctor, give him my own as an example. Give him the example I give him.
Before I will come to your own, let me run numerous. There is a very dangerous police officer who also is as of this morning, today is the 3rd of August 2021. He was taken from Inspector General of Police Monitoring Team to be the Deputy Commissioner of Operations. As I talk to you, he's a lawyer. He claims he's a lawyer. He has a certificate. He doesn't practice law. But you know what? I drag him to court. We are in court. Because what he does, Elombah is the Deputy Commissioner of Police. He was just promoted last 2 weeks. He was posted this morning to tell you how I gather my intelligence. Just this morning is to report at the command, FCC command, at the Deputy Commissioner of Police Operations. Can I tell you something? Elombah, what Elombah does today is that I reported through intelligence of where a level 8 officer of a federal civil servant is worth over 1 billion naira in Abuja. And you see, in the code of conduct, there are rules. You don't live above your means if Nigeria must change. But believe you me, we reported to IG. Elombah had jacked the case because Elombah, as the person in charge of IGP monitoring team, his responsibility as an issue is to check the activities of other police formation, so that when they don't do the right thing, IG take over and investigate the police officer. Elombah said that before investigation will get to him, there will be no money. So what he does is to collect his soft cases. As I talk to you, is DCP Elombah. Being a lawyer, I like professionalism. They belong to a professional. I took him to the Legal and Disciplinary Committee, where he went to Nasarawa State to forge court documents to ensure that suspects are detained in Abuja, which lacks jurisdiction. We later found out that these documents were forged. DCP Elombah, DSP Onale, Tyler, these are lawyers. Inspector Wisdom Madaki, as I talk to you, I'm before the Legal and Disciplinary Committee with them to ensure that justice is served on them. All they do is you bring intelligence, they send it. When they see that the intelligence is genuine, that is one. I told you that my own cousin, his name is Bernard Agada. He forged documents to join the police force. I wrote against him when I know that he was using the police uniform to defraud and rob. He was dismissed. Elombah has documentation of all this, I'm telling you, since 2015, 2016, 2017. So I can run and run and run and run. Habila was a DIG operation, an epitome of crime. I wrote and threw him to court. Everything I'm telling you, they are in court. I sued all of them. So it is not about Abba Kyari. Suffice to tell you that Abba Kyari was more or less my acquaintance until I discovered his accident. I don't fraternize with criminals. I have no permanent friend. I have no permanent enemy. But I have permanent interest, justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. George. Our time is fast spent, so I think we'll have to wrap up the show for today. But if you have any other comments, just raise your digital hand now, and we'll accommodate you just before we sign off. Any comments? Any questions? Because our time is fast spent. Dr. George, any last thing you would like to say before we let you go?
Yes. I wish that one day Nigeria will be like America, where reports on every individual, irrespective of whatever rating, can. Abba Kyari is a human being. And I pray for a structure that works, a structure that is effective, that irrespective of whoever you are, when you are accused, a thorough investigation will be done. If not for American FBI, Abba Kyari this has been the public domain for some of us. It doesn't fly. Thank God for America. Great America. One day Nigeria will be America.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. George Davidson. And that is all from Elombah.
Thank you.
For participating. Special thanks to Comrade Sani and Elder Tango. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for participating. It's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure listening to people talk. And thank you very much for Dr. George that tried to share his personal experience with the former Deputy Commissioner of Police, Abba Kyari. And that's all from Elombah Television. Remember to follow us on all social media platforms. This has been streaming live on YouTube, so you can go over there and watch it. There's also the streaming live on Facebook. Do follow Elombah Television. And also follow me, Augusta Neka. It's been a pleasure talking to you this evening. Thank you very much. And don't forget to join us next time. Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.